What's up, everybody? Violet here, and I'm back in Planet Nomads on my ocean survival. And some work has been done. I have some storage basic facilities here. Stasis chamber. This is the full extent of that for the moment. Um, and you may notice that the giant boat is gone. And that is because, well, I have found one critical flaw in the boat design. And that is that if its hover pads are not set to hover and actually hovering, then it kinda sinks. Additionally, when it is doing that, somehow it got flipped upside down and turned around backwards, um, and then started spazzing out, probably because of the hinges, if I'm honest. Hinges and winches seem to be the cause of the majority of it. Nearly killed me several times. That is actually um, the point at which I just hid back here. Um, yeah, I had to take it apart because it was trying to kill me. Also, it's worth noting that I never actually reloaded, so the reload was definitely not the cause of that. In conclusion, that is either an issue with just boats in general, or I feel like it could also possibly just be an issue with the fact that it was sinking and relied on hover pads. I love how somehow I regen food in there. Alright, one thing I am gonna need though is some way to tell when it's morning.
Good hydration secured.
So yeah, I've also done a bit of minor exploration and a fair amount of construction. Granted, nothing really super useful, or nothing like really noticeable at a first glance, but there's power. I have that one is mining carbon and iron, that one is mining carbon and silicon. There's power. And yeah, essentially I've got everything hooked up for solar. Although what I don't know is, oh yeah, that's plenty of solar for all of those. Yeah, so this battery tower is essentially, I'm probably never going to have to build another one. I feel like that could probably power all of the island. So, yeah, and actually I was going to upload that to the workshop as well. I haven't done that yet. And then for where I'm getting all this power, it's actually from all these solar panels, which I just realized that's probably what I was working on when I last returned and logged off. I've also removed all of the non-colorful, just regular old green trees. So like, I think I want to keep these trees, but I've gotten rid of the green ones around here. Um, and at this point, it's before I explore the rest of the island, I actually want to have. Hello, Zyron. Before I explore the rest of the island and make it secure, I actually do want to have some higher quality equipment, or at the very minimum an aircraft. So I'm gonna have to figure out where I wanna make that happen. Um, how much deuterium do I or deuterium, whatever it's called, the refined water fuel? Because if I have enough of that, I found a design for a small aircraft that runs off of that. I am doing all right, and I do hope that you are as well. Still rather disappointed that I had to pretty much like that. I mean, the boat got me here, and that's pretty much what I needed it to do. That's why I got the blueprint. That's pretty much just what I made the boat for, was just to get me here. Um, oh, so the boat did its job, unfortunately. That's the point at which it tried to kill me. Alright, are any of these... Alright, let's check the Steam ones. Oh, this is the one I was thinking of. How much deuterium do... Alright. Alright, I've got 13. But I want more. Good to hear you're alright. Oh, and am I out of biomass? Yeah, I'm out of biomass again. Also, I did upgrade my equipment.
Nutrition level dropping.
Um, let's see. I think that's probably the one I'm going to use. How much is this? Alright, that is more than I thought. Ah, I do actually have more parts. So, I will use said parts. Oh, X. Oh, for crying out loud. YouTube, XSplit, stop giving me notifications. Um, as for the propulsion system on the boat, the design that I used, um, it had air blades for extra forward propulsion and hover pads for keeping it afloat and just general propulsion. unfortunately, once I removed power to the hover pads, it no longer floated, and it had something happen with the physics that made it spaz out and try to kill me. And now the boat is now just in some containers. And also a fair amount of it is probably in that stuff over there. Hello, Aztec. How are you today? What did I... Oh yeah, I needed plating is my guess. I don't think I need anything else. Um... Oh, and I'm also gonna have to build a refinery, too. Yeah. Um... Oh, crap. I'm still not used to this jetpack. Uh... Yeah, I'm doing all right. Just as for getting you up to speed very quickly. Wait a minute. What are... Oh, I can't tell if those are connected. It'd be nice if there was a better indication as to which of these were connected to circuits. Um, yeah, as for what's been going on the past several streams, they might add propellers. It's worth noting that, like, the, I mean, the game is still getting a lot added to it. So, yeah, but as for quickly getting you up to speed, idea of this one is basically it's a giant water planet with lots and lots of islands. Um, and yeah, I did set it to the maximum size. So this is the location of the old base where I have still the car and solar charging station for the car there. Oh, and that marks the spot where I could cross the gap underwater. There's a monument over there. Oh, I couldn't even get to that. I have not gone to there yet. This is... I've actually looted that wreck, but that is currently just my marker for where Tundra is. And yeah, once I packed up everything from my old base over here, stuck it in a boat, drove said boat all the way over to this island because it looked cool from the air, and I thought, hey, that would be absolutely perfect for what I have in mind. Turns out that it's not quite what I thought it was. Yeah, the workyard, it's um I was doing that, and then I just like thought, you know what? I could do with something a bit more challenging because that world is actually on easy. This one is custom settings, but it's more on the hard level settings than anything else. Uh, can name island? I've not like really named anything yet. Um, I don't know what I'm gonna call the island. The My intention is to pretty much turn the entire island into a giant base, which is why I went so overboard with. Yes, that is a great idea. Um, I totally lost my train of thought right there. Ah, yeah, I kind of went overboard with certain aspects of this, specifically the number of batteries there. And unfortunately though, the boat didn't float once I removed power to its hover pads. So the boat no longer exists. I wish I had the biomass for batteries. Uh, the boat did, however, actually just do what it had to do. It served its purpose. Alright, so if I did this right, all of the ones that have been painted red are ones that are connected to that. So 4, 5. I'm actually like lagging, and I'm not sure if it's because build vision with that many batteries, or if I forgot to turn down my graphics, but anyway. Quickly paint these so that I know which ones have been connected to power. Is that all of them? I think that's all of them. Yeah, that should be all of them. So, should probably collect resources from the extractors. I'm probably just gonna keep calling them extractors. I mean, like, I know they're called mining rigs, but I've played enough Warframe that I just call them extractors at this point. Hey, I could try making a blueprint that makes it look like a Warframe extractor. That'd be interesting. Also, I'm not sure if it's just me, but recently I haven't actually seen any notifications for needing oxygen while I'm underwater. Is that a glitch, or have I just not been staying underwater long enough? I think it was this one. I hope it was this one that... Yeah, there we go. And next, I'm thinking I want an aircraft. However, since I don't have uranium fuel yet, I cannot use my designs that I generally use. Oh, and I need a refinery. Here it is. Oh, you know what? I think I can actually use that as the connect, or wait. I take it back. Um, oh, brilliant. I don't think I have any biomass. No, I don't. Yeah, I do need lights in here. I should probably get those done. Hmm. How do I want to do that? Those ones don't have automatic. Um, 1 second, AFK. Alright, I'm back. That one does use those parts. And I'll have biomass by the time I can make anything new with it. And I was working on lights. Is there any way that I can have the searchlights be automatic? Because that would be awesome. I definitely do need some light in here, though. And the number didn't work out. And the plan changes again. See, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I hope. um, well, that's a terrible number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Perfect. Although I can make that 17. Alright, so now there's 17. So if I work with 16 and account for one more. Oh, scared the crap out of me. I'll just do that then. Oh, that lights it up very nicely. That lights it up extremely well. Looks a little weird though. I'll worry about that later. Um, right, the refinery. Alright.
You are in a well-fed state. You are well rested.
Alright, that is little obnoxiously bright. That's a bit better. Um, so I needed that. Oh, right then. I'm definitely going to be changing that up. Biomass. Right then. And no problem. Um, I need biomass and I want to collect it as safely as possible without removing the big pink trees. Also, yesterday I found out that trees actually can hurt you if they fall on you. No, don't hit me. I am so glad that turns off before it actually hits 0. Yeah, so right now I'm just quickly gathering some biomass for an aircraft. And I imagine by the time I finish doing so, I'll probably have plenty of fuel because it goes so slowly. Just I've got I found a blueprint on the Steam Workshop today that looked promising. A deuterium powered small light aircraft. The designs that I actually had in mind, it turns out all run on uranium, so I need to slip on 2 kilometers that way, find somewhere to um, put down an extractor. And yeah, I would love to see mobile base. I was actually considering building a wheeled mobile base instead of a boat. And then I realized, oh hey, I don't know what the ocean floor is like. And it turns out that actually if I had built a wheeled mobile base, even if I had gotten to this island, there's no way I would have been able to climb up to the island itself. Um, yeah, I have several ideas. I found out that it is in fact possible to actually, well, I haven't done it in survival yet, but in theory, it is possible to move the teleporter from an alien monument to a different location. So, oh, I don't know what part of the monument is actually the radioactive one. Oh, I hope it's just like the area, because otherwise that would really suck. Yeah, if it turns out that if you manage to, I'm not saying it's easy, but if you manage to remove all of the voxels that are holding the monument pieces in place, and this goes for all of the alien wrecks as well. I don't believe it's actually possible to remove all of the voxels for all of them. I do know there's one alien wreck that I don't believe you can remove all the voxels from, but they're actually just like 100,000 kilograms of alien stuff that you can't really interact with. So, I hope this is, yeah, that should be big enough. I've never messed around with monuments in survival though. Oh, and I'm gonna need a way to power said extractor. Uh, right. That aircraft should work. Oh, what does your small flyer use for power? Because if it uses deuterium, and it's better than this one, and cheap enough, I might actually switch to that. Because I've never used this before. I have no idea how it runs. Oh, well, I'm not quite sure then. And one thing I do like to have the ability to do is carry some backup fuel in my inventory. Enough for a return trip. Yeah, I was thinking I was either going to try to build my own aircraft, or build, where is it? Uh, this one is surprisingly good and extremely cheap, but it runs on biomass. Oh, nice. Um, what size planet is that on? I'm gonna take some biomass. Just because I have no idea if I'm going to need it, but if I do, I don't want to have to gather it. Um, right then. Time to save. I'm gonna keep 10 for just in case. Maybe 11. Oh, and I should bring components. Oh, and I need to figure out how I'm gonna power a mining rig. How much is a biogenerator? It'd help if I was looking at energy. Needs composite parts, why not? I want to have enough for a second if the need arises. Plating, mechanical parts, electronics, plating, glass. I really don't know what I might need. So I'm just going to bring pretty much some of everything. Well, I hope what I have is enough. Alright. Yeah, I'll be sure to check that out. Whoa! Scared the crap out of me. Alright. Some sort of clock would be nice. So far, the only idea I've come up with is have something that is wired only to a solar panel outside. Also, at some point I was going to stick my stuff on the Steam Workshop that I have made. Let's see, most recent I'm not seeing it yet. I'll check again in a bit. Oh hey, should have more deuterium now. One thing I do like about the aircraft though is that they pretty much consume the same amount of fuel, whether they are flying around or still. So you always get an accurate time until you're out of fuel. And this is not as fast as I thought it was. It also does a bit of that bobbing thing that I hate. There it is, that's the marker. Oh, okay. Yeah, 50 kilometers per hour is alright. Faster than the boat was. Oh, the way the way the chunks load looks so much different when it's all flat water. And it looks on like a regular world, it looks pretty good, but on this world with just everything is flat, it looks so much different. Yeah, it does look very square. Wonder what that island is. Do I have the parts for radar? Probably not. By the way, is there anywhere other than the desert that I might find Zainite? Because I'm not looking forward to having to go that far north to get my next upgrade for everything. Actually, I do know that like tiny, tiny amounts can be found in other biomes, but otherwise, to my knowledge, it's just desert. Oh, for a moment there, I thought there were no animal nests, just the murder plants, but I was wrong. What is that? Can't even see it there. Oh, that's a plant. Oh, the poles? How close am I to the poles? Alright, I'm like I'm like perfectly in between the South Pole and the equator. Oh, I wonder if there are resources out on that island. Hopefully there's nothing that wants to kill me there. Because that is one thing I would say that right now I want the upgrades for pretty much like bigger, um, like bigger air blades and things like that, and then upgraded equipment so that I can make the island base completely safe. Is there really nothing on this island? Wow, I really hope there's resources here because that would be perfect. And I didn't bring anything to pass the time. Yeah, I've kind of noticed that the regular air blades are all right, but they're not designed for like really heavy lifting. Also, one thing I have actually noticed is apparently if you can find the soil from other biomes, um, if you stick down a mining rig on soil from a certain biome, it will get like 1% of each ore that biome has. Which also reminds me, by now I might actually have a usable amount of the island materials over at the old base site where there's still some extractors that I don't believe I picked up. Also, I I have absolutely no idea why I did this, but I dug a hole the from the ground underwater to the depth limit for no reason over by the old base or where it used to be. Resource. I'm actually gonna make that E for excavation or extraction, whatever. Yeah, that would that would be a use for it, except for the fact that it starts underwater. Oh, that's nope. 44, 44. That's not terrible, but it's not what I'm after. I just realized that that means that if I can find desert soil, then, oh, for crying out loud, rain, why? Yeah, so that means that if I can find desert soil, I can find a source of Zanite. Well, eleven, 11. I guess that'll have to do for now. Um, Alright, so I needed tundra resources. Actually, I'm going to... Alright, so that's only using 33%, so that means I could probably stick on another 2 air blades. Oh, yeah, let me check. Yes, it is. And I have subscribed to it. 4 solar panels, 8 batteries. What exactly do you mean when you say 1 controller? Ah, yeah. I figured that was probably it. That is one thing that I've noticed that very few um, workshop designs seem to have is terminals. I cannot see a thing. I typically end up removing all of or most of the spotlights from things, especially aircraft, because I don't need them. But this time I can't see a thing at all. Like I can see the outline of an island, but that's it. I'm scared I'm gonna hit something. Oh wait, I can. Alright, I can just barely see. Is that the. No, that's a tree. Yeah. I actually, on the transport that I typically use, it's the original design off the workshop. Or wait, where am I? The original design off the workshop actually has a whole bunch of spotlights, but I took them off because I wanted to make it a little bit faster. Oh, the glass in game, it's what I've noticed about the glass in game is like it sometimes it's super reflective and then sometimes it's just it looks like it has a sheet of plastic over it. I'm so glad that there's no block damage like Space Engineers. That's usually why things got broken in Space Engineers, is because I was trying to land something and ended up crashing it. And this happened before. Wasn't turning on my jetpack.
My sensors show you are slightly thirsty.
I feel like for this area I need like a way to have automatic settings on the spotlights. Because that's what I want to use to light this place up. 5 kilometers per hour. That is not going to be enough. This is what I want, except it runs on uranium. Also, I might have to go AFK for a moment. Actually, it's about an hour long, and since I really don't feel like editing videos, I'm trying to make streams a little bit shorter. So I'm thinking I'm going to end this stream right here and start up the next one. So back in maybe 5 minutes if it takes that long. So